Anybody, and I mean anybody, can do a preview show. Take some special cats to do a preview show. You found those cats. Welcome in, everybody. 3 guys before the game. Episode number 567 or 68. We got a situation.
What?
We got a situation to develop there.
Are we out of sequence? Well, give or take.
I told Brad before we started rolling today, I said, I've screwed up the counting on this thing so many times. We may have already done 800. might be a situation. Anyway, this is what we do now. We're here, and we're getting close to the start of football and some other stuff, and so we're ready to do it. 3 guys before the game. The pre-Penn State preview is brought to us by Comax Business Systems, keeping West Virginia's business data safe, secure, and efficient for 25 years. By Gomart. Get a Gomart rewards card and instantly begin to save on food and fuel. Get it off of their app or go to gomart.com. 3 guys brought to us by Lou Wendell Marine Sales in St. Albans. They sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com. And 3 guys brought to us by Tudor's Biscuit World.
World champions.
Yes, they are. Start your day the homemade way with a Tudor's biscuit and a special promotion coming up shortly.
Excuse me?
Yeah, coming up.
I'd like a couple of those right now.
Oh, you having a bad food day?
Well, hungry.
Yeah, we are.
He's worse than I am.
Been in a bad, 2-week rut.
Really?
Yeah.
2 weeks?
He can't get his schedule right.
Got scheduled, so I'm not having what I need around me during the day. So I'd eat that microphone right now if I had salt. I'd probably start on it.
You're not at the 3 guys training table? You haven't been to the 3 guys training table?
You get Tudor's hash brown and an egg on there, you'd eat it?
I guarantee I could eat 2 of those Mountaineers right now, line up.
Same.
And just feel good.
Same.
3 guys also brought to us by
Good,
Conley's.
now I'm hungrier.
Conley CPA Group, providing value beyond the numbers.
Shouldn't Conley be handling, what show this is? I mean, that's...
We should have them audit the show numbers.
Yes.
That's a great call.
You think we should assign that to them?
Yeah, they should be auditing
They do a better job at keeping track than we would.
do.
That's for sure. That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah,
Thank you.
The way that we're counting these shows, I think we are going to get called in for an audit. Says right here that you did your 540th.
But you really didn't.
Yeah, you really didn't
Ish.
do that. Do you have receipts on that?
I have to file an amended return on that.
Welcome to episode 571-ish. Start saying that.
Things went awry on the counting when Darren DeVries got hired, and I think we came in here on a Sunday and knocked a quick one out. You remember that?
Didn't count it?
I think that's where the thing kind
Didn't
of
register?
There was a
Did you double number something?
Oh,
or you
sure
skipped?
I did. I'm sure I did.
Or all of those?
I'm sure I did. There was a discrepancy between me and I think one of our producers when they posted it. If they numbered it and I didn't number it because I didn't think a 10-minute one warranted being numbered because it wasn't a full episode. Anyway, that's where the thing went to heck in a handbasket.
It's like the West Virginia Pitt football series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or
different interpretations of
yes, yeah, exactly. Like Pitt says we played them this many times. West Virginia says they've played this many times.
Here's the thing. Don't worry about it. Don't obsess over it. It's right on brand for us.
Yeah,
exactly. Absolutely.
Why would we want it right? Yeah. All right, so we're moving toward the start of the season. We do have football games coming up this week. Not a whole lot, but Georgia Tech and Florida State play in Dublin in an ACC matchup. Overseas. I think that would be super fun. I don't know anything about this, but I would love West Virginia to play overseas in one of those games.
Would you?
Yeah, I really would. I think it'd just be so wild to be in a different environment to play a football game. I really would. I think that would be super cool.
Some of the NFL players who speak to it do not speak well of those trips.
Yeah.
You got to go, as Don Nealon would say, halfway across the Orient. And get over there, and then you're just there and playing, 6-7 hour time difference, and then coming right back. It's not like you go there like you would go there, and you go to that place you went in Scotland, hang out for a while. I mean,
shout out to the Devil's Advocate.
A business trip with the 7-hour flight, 6-hour flight.
So I think the way you do it is you would play this weekend and have next Saturday off. Then it would be cool. You'd have your bye. You'd have your bye on week 2.
I don't think it's as good. I don't think it's as good for the players and the staff as you think it is. I think it'd be a pain in the butt. It's like the Hawaii game. Hawaii game's a disaster.
No question. All right, we'll call it off. West Virginia will not be playing in Ireland. I'll call Ren. Call Ren. You think I call Ren up?
That was close.
Who's playing Hawaii this week because they missed their flight?
Really?
Excuse me?
They missed their flight. Look that up, Hoppy. Who's
right.
playing Hawaii
What
this
do you
week?
mean they missed
They
their
missed their flight.
The team they were playing was going to go commercial?
Or they missed their charter or something. They had to spend the night in the airport. Lined up, missed the flight.
Jeez.
Why do I want to say that it was like a Delaware or somebody like that?
It's
I
something.
think it was like
I'll have
super, super far away. Anyway, so the hay is beginning to be loaded into the barn. West Virginia's preparation is now focused in on Penn State starting today. They did their mock game last night over at the stadium.
Delaware State.
Yeah, Delaware State.
Wait a minute, you're going. Delaware State's going to Hawaii?
They tried to, but they didn't make it, according to the senator. That's a shot.
Delaware State, they'd be the Hornets.
No. Yes, Delaware State is. The other one's at Peacocks. Yes.
Hornets,
Blue
yeah.
Hens.
Same thing. It's a bird.
Missed its scheduled
We're off the
flight.
rails now. Now we're naming Delaware college mascots. Here we go.
Shuttle bus delay.
Huh? That's how come they missed their flight? They had a shuttle bus delay?
Yeah. What a mess that is.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to get us further off track
So
than we were already going.
Last night over at the stadium, they did the mock game, which is where they literally do the rehearsal of what they look like when they run out of the tunnel. And then, okay, this is how we're going to go back in and all that kind of stuff. Then we're going to come back here. We're going to walk out. And by the way, I guess I got a couple new ideas for the team entrance
Cool.
this year. Just a little salt. A little salt, make it just a little
good.
bit,
I like
a little
that.
bit more seasoned. And because I could look over last night, I could see the scoreboard. I could see the scoreboard, and it had the Penn State thing on there, and they had the West Virginia on the scoreboard. I could see that. Kind of neat.
So full dress rehearsal.
Full dress. Music was blaring. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was good. Now, what's up? On our program here today, we're going to jump into these aren't like, what would you call this? To characterize these are some these are not over-unders. These are not like what we were doing a week ago or so. But these are some more little pieces of numerical nuggets that will help you get a better feel as to either what's going to happen or why something did happen. Is that fair?
No, I think you overstated.
Okay. Good.
I think you oversold. No, just nuggets.
All right, basically, we're going to give you a
Nuggets.
bunch of nothing
Just
and
things.
just go with it.
Yeah, we just got
nuggets.
things.
Oh, so basic
Kind
nuggets.
of add on to the numbers we've given before. PFF continues its love affair with the Mountaineers. We'll just drip some of those out. Might even got a little basketball to talk about.
Excuse me?
Got a little basketball. Got a little basketball.
The pairings did come out for the upcoming battle for Atlantis in the Bahamas and the world champion Mountaineers. Easy draw in that opening game. I mean, just line up, just run by this team. Got Gonzaga coming up in
You mean
game.
league member Gonzaga?
Yeah, conference game.
An early look at a conference game
Conference game.
with Gonzaga.
Yeah.
Gosh.
You know,
So I'll give you. We're not gonna do a ton of basketball because I know Kirchhoff loses his mind about early season basketball.
Yes.
He doesn't want to be played in December, let alone talking about in August. But we're going to. So you can just shut his mic off. I'll talk about it.
Well, I was just going to say, you don't need Gonzaga in the league. You play them all the time anyway. It's like they're a what would you call them,
An adjunct member.
adjunct member of the league.
well, you know what is weird? You're right. They're the team we play the most that's the farthest away for absolutely no reason. For absolutely no reason. It's kind of silly when you do think about it. I mean, they're over there. We're over here, and we have met them. We have met them a number of times, obviously.
Yeah, but this is different.
Twice
this
in the
This is
NCAA.
similar to like now the ACC has to do this because their team's coming from China, Indonesia, all over. So they're meeting in weird, random third
Kuala
neutral
Lumpur.
locations. The Indonesian team comes over the swim team. They're going to meet in Dallas. So that's kind of what this is. Gonzaga comes over West Virginia. You're just going to go to the Bahamas. Just going to line up, go to the Bahamas rather than playing them here or there.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Right?
Yeah, it's stupid. Talk to a guy out in the Midwest.
That whole field and brackets, so not an easy.
No, we'll go through that.
That's going to be some big basketball.
Talk to a guy out in the Midwest yesterday, league-affiliated guy out in the Midwest. Tells me that
What did he tell you?
Tells me that the Big 12 commish still has it with this Connecticut in his head.
Still with the UConn.
Stop with the UConn.
Still with the UConn in his head. Won't let that go. Like if it was like a fire, like they just cannot stamp the thing out and just say stop. Says that's still smoldering. Not on fire. It's not on fire, but it's still smoldering.
That's
I mean, I get it from the standpoint he's thinking basketball, and they have won 2 straight world championships. I mean, I understand the infatuation there.
That's not how you build a league.
It's the all sports member. Yeah, that's the challenge.
That's not how you build a
all
league.
Sports league.
Unless you're breaking basketball out separately, as we've talked, then it's. I think it's a different discussion.
Stupid. Anyway,
I don't know. I think that the head football coach would be nice to say, "Oh, we got Connecticut this week."
Oh, it would be.
All due respect.
All due respect.
Yeah, it would. I mean, it would be a nice. Yeah, and we got Connecticut this week.
Got to prepare for the Huskies.
Yeah. I mean, everyone needs a Rutgers.
Yeah.
With all due respect to Rutgers. So, moving ahead, let's start the numbers.
You want to just jump in on
just
some things?
Give me some tidbits.
Yeah. So
give me
again, these are just
is this brought to us by Conley CPA Group?
Tidbits. Yeah. Do we have a jingle or anything, or are we just flying by the seat of our pants?
Oh no, it's available.
Busy trying to figure out what episode this is.
So I checked the numbers. We'll just go right to the numbers. Here comes the heater.
Let's jump into the analytics portion of the show. So we normally call this spreads on stats, but today we're just going to call it Nugget Numbers, brought to us by the Conley CPA Group, providing value beyond the numbers. If you're a business owner and you would like some help with the accounting that goes on within your facility, they can do that. I mean, you can do it any way you want. You can start it, and they can come in and help complete public accounting and consulting firms serving clients throughout the state of West Virginia and beyond. 40-year anniversary coming up next year. They can also outsource besides your accounting. They can outsource your CFO services. So if you need a chief financial officer, someone to take a look and break it all down, remove the stress, the time associated with hiring a complete accounting staff and dealing with all the turnover that goes with us, you can outsource Conley CPA Group. Hit me with a nugget.
Hang on. Let's just check something.
Wait, numbers changing as we speak?
They were. Looking at 2 different things.
What do you got, like Bitcoin going on? What changes that?
Market's fluid and fluctuating as we speak. PFF, more love.
Yeah.
Joining the Garrett Green Heisman discussion, right? First reported on this program.
Right.
They're still in. They've got Garrett listed as the 8th best quarterback in the country. 8th best, top 10 quarterback, right? We know about that.
Yeah.
3rd highest ranked in the Big 12, though, which is a little bit surprised. Shedeur Sanders ranked ahead of him. Also, Noah Fafita from Arizona ranked ahead.
Okay.
That Arizona team is going to be fascinating to watch because that's one of those games. There's a bunch of them for West Virginia Hop. That's a really tough road trip. Obviously, you're going way out there. That's a really talented quarterback with maybe the best receiver, not just in the league, maybe in the country, in Tet McMillan. So they held on to a bunch of guys. Lost some to Washington when Jed Fish left, but held on to a bunch of guys. But all new staff. What's that like? Is that a road game West Virginia can go in and steal a road win there from an Arizona team that's really highly thought of, that had it going by the end of last year, but now had to make some abrupt changes with the new staff? I'm fascinated to watch what Arizona does this year, and it's a big star on that one for West Virginia's schedule, right? If you're starting to look, is West Virginia going to be a 7, 8, 9, 10 win team, win the league? That Arizona on the road is super important. Absolutely. Agree?
So of all the neglect that Garrett's been receiving, the one agency of record that does not neglect Garrett is PFF.
They've been all over it, right? They have been all over not only Garrett Green, and part of their Garrett Green love has spilled over into West Virginia respect, as they're one of the few outlets I've seen that has West Virginia ranked in its preseason top 25 as well.
So it would be fair to say that, like the Conley CPA Group, PFF provides value beyond numbers.
They are right now.
Yeah.
West Virginia fans should like the numbers that they're providing. Here's another one you'll like. They have Wyatt Milam listed as the 50th best overall player in college football. 50th best. 4th tackle. Here's some numbers. Listen to this as you start to watch. And again, we're in such a unique spot for West Virginia in that we've been able to fawn over Zach Frazier over the last 4 years and then watch his success getting drafted in the second round, going to the Steelers, now going to start for the Steelers at center. That's been a lot of fun. Milam is right there, right? Zach wore the path down, cleared out all the trees, and Wyatt's just hopping right behind him and following a very similar path. Listen to these numbers. Wyatt's path